So what is up, everyone? Today is Wednesday, January 14th. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So I am coming to the session initially with a bearish bias. So the reason I say that is, so on the 4 hour, right? I feel like we keep sweeping above these highs, but I feel like we fail to displace upwards, right? And now we've inverted this 4 hour gap right over here. See, we close through that. So honestly, like, I feel like if we were going to remain bullish, I feel like this 4 hour gap really should be holding. From there, on the 1 hour, we've traded into this 1 hour bearish gap. And at this moment in time right now, we're rejecting out of it, right? So, I mean, if you look at, like, the movement of this weekly candle, right? Like, I feel like this weekly candle is kind of just trending down, to be honest. The daily, I feel like, right? And on the daily, too, you can see there's these, like, there's this day's low, this day's low, like this day's low. There's just stacked lows. Like, I feel like on the 1 hour it's a little more obvious. Like, there's just this low resistance liquidity down here. So I feel like it's possible we're going to run that. I mean, honestly, like, the point at which I'd flip my bias, I mean, I don't think I'm going to flip my bias at this point, but I was going to say if we invert this 1 hour, but I'm not flipping my bias. Damn, so at this point, I'm pretty much looking for a continuation short. So I'm waiting for us to open up like a 5 or a 15-minute fair value gap. And from there, I'm looking for us to trade back into it. Then I will see like a confirmation coming out of it, essentially. I mean, honestly, like, even if we sweep like this low, I'm still bearish. If we take this low, I'm still bearish. Like, honestly, I feel like I want to see all of these lows get taken, to be honest. Like, it doesn't mean I'm necessarily like bearish like permanently, but honestly, at this moment in time, I feel like it's really obvious that we want to run these lows. Oof. I hope we give me some form of pullback. We're just dumping right now. So I feel like best case scenario, like, let's say we kind of open up a 5-minute gap here. I'd want to see that gap open us, have us trade back into it. Interesting. We're really pulling up though. I mean, there's no opportunity. Like, I mean, I'm not even looking to take a long. There's no really long opportunity because I feel like the highest time frame gap in this leg is this 2-minute, and like, there's no shot you're taking inverse of that 2-minute. Like, your break even point scuffed, your risk to reward scuffed. But I mean, I'm still bearish, honestly. Honestly, like, maybe if we can even so like, there's this 15-minute gap right here. We've already traded into it. So maybe if we can come out and sweep out the high, like, inside this 15-minute gap and react off that, I could maybe see shorts off that. I want to keep looking at this hourly candle, because the thing is, though, I feel like if this hourly candle wants to close really bullish, I don't know. I want to see how we react off this high up here. I want to mark out the same high on ES as well. You said it isn't the 15-minute internal high you marked. Honestly, you are correct, yeah. Honestly, I should just mark it as that. Thank you for that. Oh, I never even checked how oh, I wonder if they full ported PPI, did it stop you out? No, I don't think it did. I mean, I didn't full port PPI. They said, morning, Tim. Morning. How are you? So honestly, I want to see at least NQ or ES sweep out these highs up here. I know there is an S&T at the highs, but I feel like they still need to get swept. And the annoying thing is, like, honestly, even if we give me some short opportunity right now, I mean, there's only 1 minute here. I just wouldn't be interested in taking a short because I feel like for me to take a short, I wanted to see that high get taken, honestly. So what are we looking now, G? Well, I mean, honestly, so I'm looking for shorts. I feel like higher time frame, I'm definitely pretty bearish. Cause so I feel like the main thing that makes me bearish is starting the 4 hour, like we inverted this 4 hour gap right here. And then like on the 1 hour, we traded up into this 1 hour gap and we're just respecting it. And I feel like there's also these stacked lows down here. So honestly, I'm looking to see like these stacked lows get hit. So I'm pretty much like waiting for some form of continuation short. But to be gold, yeah, I mean, I feel like gold's been so volatile lately. Eventually, it's got to calm down. If you know what I'm saying. But the thing was, so honestly, I was waiting for us to come back up and sweep out this high inside this gap. Like, cause there's this high inside this 15-minute gap. I mean, I guess we did tap into this 5-minute though. I mean, yeah, so I guess we did tap into a 5-minute up here. But honestly though, like, this 1 minute gap is just not something I really want to take an inverse off of. So I feel like let's say even if we do get a close to this 1 minute, like even if I put my stop loss at the tightest point possible, like the risk to reward is still kind of cooked. Said, morning, y'all. Hope you do well today. This chop is nutty. Honestly, I think it's going to clean. I'm hoping it's going to clean up. I'm expecting it to clean up. I mean, I could be wrong, but... Shit, and news coming? Like news? I mean, I think I don't think there's today's Wednesday. Yeah, I don't think there's any news coming up. Oh, like 4. Interesting. You said 10 a.m. tariffs? Does it not show on Forex Factory? Yeah, no. It doesn't show on Forex Factory. You're right, though. Yeah, I Googled it and it shows. I feel like this is the first time there's news that I don't see on Forex Factory. You said I got no clue where to find it. Other channel. Yeah, I mean, because the only way I found it was I Googled it and I found some articles about it. Because it says, like, there's anticipation for the U.S. Supreme Court ruling expecting around 10 a.m. Eastern Time today, January 14th. It could decide the legality of Trump's import tariff, import financial markets, blah, blah. Forex Factory's lacking. So I mean, it is possible. Like, let's say if we do keep chopping, I could see like the market's kind of waiting for that news to come out, and if then like after that news were to drop, I could see it actually kind of start getting some volume from there. He said, "You know what's crazy? QQQ is holding at the triple top line." Well, like on the daily. So we're kind of getting some dump. We still have yet to open up like a 5 or a 15-minute gap while moving down. And what's kind of annoying is we're probably going to hit this first low already. So like, I really haven't gotten any short entries so far yet. And we're about to hit the first area I would have liked to target. So what's up, Timothy? How you doing? I'm doing good. How about you, Vizid? Said all good. Just hit the gym this morning. Let's go. Hey, that's what's up. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to hit the gym this morning, and then I woke up. I normally don't do this, but I woke up and I was like, no, I'm not going. I can't keep doing that though. Ugh. I stayed up late last night. You said, honestly, mate, how's it going? Pretty good. How about you, bro? So it's looking like we're about to take out this first like blow on the daily. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's that first low. I mean, yeah, there's another daily low like right beneath that I feel like that'll probably just get hit. You said we might take these lows and go up, but we won't go up past 25.7. Out of curiosity, what made you pick that level in specific? Is that like some breaker block or something? He said, I wish I got a put forever ago. We can rewind time. So we took out the other daily low now. So I feel like the next thing, like if we are going to continue bearish, I feel like the next low I want to see get hit is like this low over here. You said 9 a.m. 1 hour candle might end up consolidation leg. Some 4 hour candle. I wonder, is 64, is that consequent encroachment like 50% of that wick? Probably somewhere around there. And I could see that. The only thing is though, there's the data highs above. And then the data highs never got taken on NQ or ES, but we don't necessarily need to take them, but I mean, I guess you got a good eye. I'm so tired. He said, "Do you play guitar, bro?" It's a very random question. No, I don't play any instruments. I feel like when I was like in like 5th or 6th grade, you know, like sometimes they have you play instruments in school. I tried to play like the violin, but honestly, I'm not too like musical as a person, if that makes sense. Do you play guitar, Vizid? You said you do? That's cool. I remember when I was younger, I had a phase where I wanted to learn how to play guitar. I like made my parents buy me this like expensive guitar, and then I feel like I played with it for like an hour, and I was like, I don't like this. That's cool. You play the guitar. You said you look like you play guitar. That's why I asked. I mean, you're good. I mean, I'm down for the random questions. You said only an hour? I mean, when I was a kid, I had a short attention span. I feel like I feel like I'd be getting the most interesting comments now that I be posting stuff on social media. Like, I feel like sometimes people comment and they're like, "You look like Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man," and I'm like, honestly, I'm not seeing that one. Are we gonna open up this 5-minute? I'm gonna be annoyed if we don't open this 5-minute. You know, when I was a little kid, though, I don't know if any of you guys have watched Fairly Odd Parents. When I was a little kid, they used to tell me I look like Dr. Crocker. What else have I got? And sometimes people tell me I look like Harry Potter, even though I really don't see it. He said, "Oh my god, yes you do." Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, sometimes my friends used to like be like, "Tim, say it for me once," and I'd be like, "Fairly Odd Parents," and they'd be like, "That, thank you." Should not Harry Potter's facts. Yeah, I mean, I'm not British though. They all have British accents, I'm pretty sure. He said, "I actually play a bunch drums, piano, bass, guitar." Honestly, I feel like I know that's a sign of intelligence. I know like when you play like different musical instruments, I think it like forms different pathways in your brain and like makes you smarter. Honestly, I was never coordinating at all as a kid. I feel like I couldn't play instruments well, really. I wasn't good at sports at all. I was good at video games, though. He said, sheesh, bro, so many instruments. It's actually good. Yeah, it really is. So honestly, so price action's low-key getting slightly interesting now. So, and we opened up, there's an unfilled 5-minute gap over here. I know, like, I'm thinking I don't know if I want to. I could take a retracement into there. Because I feel like we just took out these two lows. I feel like we're due for a retracement. But I feel like this is not something I'm willing. I feel like it's too counter trend, to be honest. Yeah, like this is too counter trend for me to take, but I'm gonna watch it. I mean, ideally, honestly, something I'd be more comfortable in would be like, let's say if we just come up and tap the 5-minute and give a reaction down. See, I mean, did we open up a 1-minute, 2-minute? And the thing is, I feel like I'm not trying to take a long on the 30-second in this. Like, we're moving so bearish, and like taking a long based off the 30-second is like, I don't know. That's like saying the wind's blowing and you're like, it's gonna throw you over. I don't know. That's a bad analogy. I was trying to think of some analogy there. I feel like the 30-second though is just not enough confirmation for me to take a long, really. You said I took longs and got screwed. Said, bro, don't take long yet. Wait until 10 a.m. Yeah, honestly, that's probably for the best. And I feel like I don't really know how to handle the news at 10 because, like, it's not on Forex Factory still. I mean, I'll double check. Yeah, it shows no news on Forex Factory, but technically there is news at 10 a.m. Well, it said could be issued as early as Wednesday. So I guess it doesn't necessarily have to come out at 10. It said could come out at 10 a.m. You said, what news, bro? You know, I didn't know about this news either, but it's an interesting picture. Tariff, man. But like, you see Supreme Court ruling like tariff. So essentially, like, I didn't even know what this was until chat told me. But like, see, it says there's 10 a.m. tariffs, which a Supreme Court ruling expected around 10 a.m. Eastern time today, January 14th, which could decide the legality of President Trump's import tariffs. So I guess, I mean, if they're talking about tariffs at 10 a.m., I mean, it's going to affect the market. But the thing is, though, they said they could talk about it at 10 a.m. like that. So it's not even like guaranteed, if you know what I mean. Said, fuck, it's going to affect. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to affect the markets. If they say we can't have tariffs or whatever anymore, or like they need to change the tariffs, like the market's going to go crazy for a minute. Said, bro, I wish I traded during sleep. Yeah, honestly, I feel like, you know what I think's funny? I feel like now that I've gotten good at trading, I feel like it's like we have Trump in office and like the market should be flying everywhere. Like, I feel like when I sucked at trading, I feel like price action just didn't do this stuff. It's like you level up in a video game and the bosses get harder. You said at 10 a.m. we could find. I mean, yeah. Honestly, at this point, we have what, like less than 5 minutes until 10 a.m. I'm just waiting for 10 a.m. to come out. And honestly, I really like that we're leaving behind this unfilled 5-minute gap here. Hi, are you in a trade? No, I'm not in a trade. I always show my executions on screen when I get in a trade. He said, plus there's lag time at 10 a.m. I mean, yeah, a couple minutes, yeah. I'm hoping, like, I always pay attention to how 10 a.m. opens. Because I feel like sometimes 10 a.m. can manipulate the opposite way. KVN says, yo, what's up, KVN? How are you? He said, I'm Tim. There's a dude that says he plays guitar, bro. If he's still here, I'm pretty sure he's still here. I'm pretty sure it's that M_Kotu guy. I think he was here as of 2 minutes ago. He said, Tim, what's up? Waiting till news? At this point, I'm waiting till news. Honestly, I didn't even know there was news at 10 a.m. when I first sat down here. But, at this point, I'm waiting for 10 a.m. to see how stuff plays out. But, what's up, East Ting? East Tig. Said, from the way I understand, they're doing it like regular court starts at 10 a.m. Ooh. So honestly, I mean, I'll still trade, to be honest. But, that'll be annoying, though, because I could be in a trade, and out of nowhere, it could go when they say something in the courtroom, you know what I mean? He said, from the way I understand it, they're doing it like... Oh, and I tried that one. He said, I'm good, bro. Just banged on my eval. I'm done for the day, for real. I'm happy to hear that, bro. He said, how about you? Honestly, I haven't found anything clear enough just yet. I'm waiting until, like, the... You said, hello, where do you check news? Like, yeah, I'm waiting until the news at 10 a.m. So, like, I normally check news on this website called Forex Factory. So, like, see, like, I can look at news for, like, this week. And you can filter it. So, like, I have it filtered, so, like, it just shows me red and orange folder news. So, like, so see, today's January 14th, so at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we had PPI. Tomorrow, we have, like, unemployment claims. There's no news Friday. And so this 10 a.m. news actually doesn't show here. I had to Google it, because there's some, like, court ruling or whatever at 10 a.m. that's going to talk about tariffs. So it doesn't show on Forex Factory, but essentially, it's important news. Honestly, like, I feel like 99% of the time, everything shows on Forex Factory. Like, this is just a bad example. You said, yo, Tim, do you have a live account? Honestly, not currently. I have traded a live account in the past multiple times, but I feel like at this current moment in time, I'm kind of trying to focus on my funded accounts. But... So interesting. We might take out this other low I was saying I wanted to see get hit. We're like 30 points away. It's all right. With which broker? So at first I used to use well, it was TD Ameritrade like Thinkorswim, but I'm pretty sure they got bought out by Charles Schwab. So it's like Charles Schwab Thinkorswim now. But I mean, at first I used to use Robinhood, but I feel like if you're trading futures, the one I used to trade with most recently was what do you call it? Oh yeah, it was Tradeovate. So like I opened an account with Tradeovate, and if you want an account with higher leverage though, and you're in the US, I know like AMP futures, they offer like higher leverage, but they're still a good place. But so I feel like Ninja Trader is more like mainstream. They probably have like, well, I think AMP has good support too, but Ninja Trader is like the more mainstream one, and AMP's like higher leverage. Ooh, so here's 10 a.m. So, I mean, I know they started this. So, I can see some volume coming in already at 10 a.m. You said I do cash account and Thinkorswim. Well, good luck with that. I'm just paying attention here if we're going to open up like any gaps. Because like I know, honestly, I feel like it might be really counter trend. But I mean, if at any point we start reacting up and I get a good setup where I could go break even or take profit at this unfilled 5-minute, I might consider it. But like we're just so bearish. It's been very tough to gain. I mean, I feel like people, like, you always gotta think in terms of percentages, right? So it's like, yeah, like for example, like you're saying you put like $200 in, like let's say you make 10% on the account, you're only making like $20. But like I mean, it's not like it shouldn't discourage you. I mean, you gotta like think like you still give yourself proof of concept where it's like if you can make money with 200, you can make money with 20,000. You know what I mean? But you said been hanging around the same balance for months, or like I mean, like how confident are you in your strategy? You said, oh yeah, that's a bit small, but Tim's right. Thinking percentages, yeah. I mean, I feel like I never rip on people. Like as long as you're like showing consistency, like you could be trading with 5 cents, and as long as you can consistently make money, like you have the skill. That's all I really care about. So I guess in what, like in another 2.5 minutes, we might open up this other 5-minute gap. You said, bro, the amount of bears here is enough to summon a Russian. Yeah, honestly, the market's so bearish. Like, we're just dumping. And at this point, we're probably just going to take out this low over here now. We came really close to it. And you know what the scary thing is? I feel like if we're going to keep dumping, it's like, where's the next target? Like, then I feel like the next target, if we're going to keep dumping, is like all the way down here. Because I feel like, what are we going to react off of down here besides maybe this like volume imbalance? But like, you said you trade mostly ES? Nah, I only trade NQ. I just look at both ES and NQ for like S&T divergences. But I only do my executions on NQ. But honestly, so we might open up this 5-minute gap in like a minute and a half. So if we can open up this 5-minute gap, trade back up into it, and give me a clear reaction coming out of it, I'll be looking to take a short out of there. Especially since we kind of edged this like higher time frame low, right? We came really close to it, but never actually hit it. You said, how did Dodgy get that entry? God, do I even want to see what entry Dodgy took? I'll go look on his Instagram real quick. Oh, you know, I know exactly what entry Dodgy took, and I literally was looking at that in my head, but I was like, nah, I'm not taking that. So was it a 30? No, yeah, so the entry Dodgy took. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I talked about how this 1-minute gap was the highest gap in the current leg, the highest time frame gap, right? So like, honestly, I'm low-key surprised he faded these data highs. I guess we're just so bearish higher time frame. But like this candle right here closed through this gap. So he probably he might have targeted this low all the way down here. Because he closed at 10 a.m. So I think this must have been Dodgy's trade. So he pretty much saw this candle close to this 1 minute. He put his stop at the top of his gap. Targeted that. That's, to be completely honest, that's not something I'd be willing to take. Because I feel like we were delivering from like a 5-minute gap and all. but like, I don't know. So we're probably going to trade up into this 5-minute gap right here. You said I missed the part about percentages? Oh, wait, you know, I missed a lot in chat. You said JP Morgan got angry. Said, yeah, my goal was to learn the markets and the challenges to prove higher account. My entries suck. I got no real plan. Still trying to figure out how to be profitable on tiny plays. I mean, you work out a plan in time. You said I missed the part about percentages. I mean, all I was saying was like, for example, if I see another trader, it's like consistently making money, and like it doesn't matter what their account balance is, as long as you can like prove this skill to me, like show you're consistently profitable, like it's the skill I really care about. Like I'm looking for, I guess. It's what you should be looking for, I guess, really. But and the other thing was like I think you were the one that said you have like a $200 account. I was saying like with your $200 account, like if you make 10%. Like 10% on $200 is $20, so it might feel kind of discouraging, but 10% still like a good like profit margin, if that makes sense. Like it just doesn't feel as good because of like, okay, wait, I gotta lock in. So there's this 1-minute gap right here. We finally tapped into a 5-minute gap. If we start just dumping right now and close to this 1 minute, because there's no 2-minute, there's no 3-minute, there's no 4-minute. Okay, honestly, wait, my stop loss size is gonna be 36 points. That'd be 5 contracts. I might be if we close to this 5-minute gap, I'm gonna take this. I'm sorry, this 1-minute gap. If we close to this, I'm gonna take this short. I just want to make sure 36 point stop, right? Risking 5 M&Q contracts. So yeah, it's got 15 seconds till this candle closes. If we close through this 1-minute gap without taking that internal low down there, I'm 110% trying this short. I want to see a strong close though. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm in there. So I'm putting my stop loss up at that swing high. I think I could be in for one more con maybe. Yeah, I'm in for one more con. Okay. So where is this higher time frame low? I just gotta set my take profit real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'll just go for 1-to-1. I'll just go for 1-to-1. I'll show my executions. Damn, about to get fried. Honestly, not the best reaction so far. I'm about to get fried, yep. Unless it dumps right now, I'm probably cooked. Damn. This losing streak's killing me. Well, I can't say that yet. We didn't hit stop yet. It's not over till it's over. It's about to be over. I mean, I'll explain this setup after I get stopped out, but honestly, I know we're low-key kind of overextended, but we edged a higher time frame low. I feel like we should be going for that. Come on, go for that higher time frame low. Nah, I'm out there. I wonder why my fill was so better than it should have been. So, the reason I took that trade though, I gotta. No, there's no re-entry I could really see, honestly. Damn, that shit perfectly stopped me out. But so essentially, like why I took that trade though, right? So like, we're moving bearish order flow, right? Like you can see, we edged. There's this higher time frame low over here. We came really close to hitting, but never actually hit it, right? So I feel like relative equal lows are like a strong draw. We traded back up into this 5-minute gap. We immediately inverted this 1-minute gap right here. So I feel like that's also a good confirmation, if that makes sense. So honestly, I mean, like looking back on this trade, like I get that we did sweep out multiple other higher time frame lows, but like I feel like the reason I was really confident in that was that we edged that higher time frame low. Like honestly, that wasn't a bad setup in my opinion. Is it all good? Just wait for the 15-minute. Yeah, I mean we're gonna open up a 15-minute in like 4 minutes. If we can trade back into this 15-minute before we take this like this low over here, I mean I'll take a short again, no problem. I really hope that we don't. Cool, yeah, I want this thing to go up. Because I feel like the shorts are a lot higher rated. Like, if we don't sweep this low over here and, like, leave this behind. And on top of that, we're building up, like, low resistance liquidity. See, like, there's all these stacked lows down here. Oh, I love this, yeah. They probably said something at the conference, maybe, but I wonder if they just said something at the conference about tariffs. Interesting. I guess, are we even going to open up? So we're not going to open up that 15-minute I was waiting for open up. There is another, like, this is a 15-minute up here. So if we tap into this 15-minute up here and give a reaction back down, I'd be looking for shorts off that, definitely. So we probably shouldn't trade today. I mean, if you don't want to trade, don't trade. If you're not confident, I mean, you said no tariff news today. Is that what they said? They're not announcing anything today. Is that why the market did that? You said inverse the 5-minute target to equal highs. I'm personally not the biggest fan of that. And the other thing is too, like once we invert this 5-minute, we're gonna tap into like this unfilled 15-minute really quickly. And I feel like that should be your break-even point. Well, at least if no tariff news is gonna be announced today, it's good for me as a day trader. I mean, it gives me a little less uncertainty. I really want to see this 15-minute gap up here get hit. Well, technically, I want to say, so ES did tap into the 15-minute gap. Oh, I feel like my risk to reward is just getting cooked. I feel like I would need inversion a lot higher up. Said we moved so bearish, but AMD says, yeah, long. The thing I don't like is I don't like how we edged this higher time frame low and never took it. Damn, we're just shooting straight up. I mean, so we tapped into this 15-minute gap. Honestly, I feel like if we were going to move bearish, it would have to happen like right now. Because like honestly, If we invert this 15-minute gap right here, I have to be bullish. Like I can't be bearish if this 15-minute inverts. I would love for like, I feel like best case scenario if I were to short, maybe like let's say a 5-minute gap kind of opens up here and I get like a perfect close. My stop loss is cooked though, is the thing. Like a 100-point stop after we're this overextended. I mean, I could make my stop loss tighter, but I kind of don't want to. Yeah, honestly, the main thing at this point, I'm paying attention to how we react on this 15-minute. So I mean, at least at this moment in time right now, we're kind of reacting off this 15-minute gap. I mean, like, we could just start shooting up, but... Oh, you know, I keep missing a question. You said, so are you going to take another short play after the equal high gets hit? Honestly, I don't necessarily need those equal highs to get hit for me to take a short, to be honest. You said I got to learn more? I mean, I support that. I mean, there's tons of great free information all over YouTube. I always recommend people to like backtesting. Like, I feel like I don't promote it too much, but I don't know if you guys see like I'm partnered with like FX Replay. Do I even have them in my pinned comment? No, I don't. But on my profile, there's like a link for FX Replay. So you can like rewind to like past data and like trade as live time. Like honestly, when I like needed to like learn more and wasn't too confident in my trading, I used to spend so many hours backtesting. I feel like it's like the best way to like just practice, honestly, in my opinion. Like you could do paper trading, but like when you're paper trading, like if you want to trade a period of 6 months, like it would take you literally 6 months. But like backtesting, like I could test 6 months over the course of a week. But you said I saw a video of yours on that. Oh yeah, Thinkorswim, and Thinkorswim I'm pretty sure is free too. So that's what's up. So what's the next trade? I mean, I don't know yet. I mean, I'm kind of being conditional right now, if that makes sense. Like, the main thing I'm looking at right now is I want to see how we react off this 15-minute. So, like, let's say if we start dumping, I might look for a short off that dump. Like, let's say we get an inversion coming down. I might take that. But honestly, if we invert this 15-minute gap, I'm going to start looking for continuation longs. But at this current moment in time right now, I'm not seeing anything clear enough. I mean, it's low-key a deciding moment right now, like how we're reacting off this 15-minute gap. You said, I need to understand how you see the market. I mean, have you, I know I have one video on my YouTube going over how I explain daily bias. I don't know, have you seen that one? It's like 25 minutes. Like, I pretty much start on like the daily time frame. I like do my analysis. And also, I feel like just showing up to the lives too and just watching me talk about it out loud, I feel like in time it'll kind of get clearer. You said, I watched the ones we talked about yesterday and a couple more. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, I feel like at that point, it just takes time, honestly. So we're going to open up this unfilled 5-minute gap. Well, it's going to be unfilled for 5 seconds, I bet. Okay, yeah, so we tapped into that 5-minute gap. So the thing is, so honestly, if we close through this 5-minute gap, I will admit my stop loss size is pretty crazy. It's like 120 points. But I feel like the thing is, though, I feel like if we are going to respect this 15-minute and close to this 5-minute, I feel like that is a pretty clear confirmation we're continuing bearish order flow. That stop loss is so cooked, though. Honestly, I'd prefer if we can hold this 5-minute gap and then disrespect this 15. You said agreed. Sorry for hogging the chat. I'll be here more often. The fact that you entertain my questions is literally helping a lot. Tomorrow, I'll be more focused to trade with you. I mean, and ask as many questions as you want. I feel like the main goal here is like I want you guys to ask questions. I mean, like, and like I know this might sound rude, but like don't worry about distracting me because like honestly, like if I need to focus on the charts, like don't worry, I won't answer you. Like, if that makes sense. But like I mean that in a way though, as in like ask me any questions and don't worry about distracting me. But said thank you again. Yeah, of course. That is honestly part of the reason I do these streams. Like I want to like help other traders grow. Because honestly, though, like I've said this many times before, but I feel like part of the thing that helped me grow as a trader is like there was someone else that I used to watch live trade, and honestly, I feel like I remember one time at my job, like I know this might sound like a really weird story, but one time at my job, we did this exercise trying to figure out your learning style, like almost like you're in school, and they told me your learning style is see-do, right? So yo, Visor, you're making me crack up here, but yeah, so I used to watch this dude trade live in the morning, but I feel like when we did that exercise at my job, they were like, okay, you're a see-do learner. And I thought to myself, like I made some joke about it. I was like, well, as a trader, how come I'm not doing that? Like, I should do some see-do learning. So I ended up joining some Discord group where I could watch someone live stream in the morning, like at New York AM session and watch him trade. And I feel like it helped me a lot because like I used to trade inversions, but like one thing I never understood is like I used to look on Instagram and I used to like, oh, well, this guy took this inversion, this guy took this inversion, but I don't understand why these traders are picking these inversions and passing up on these inversions. Like I would take one inversion that would fail and all these other traders weren't taking it, right? But yeah, I mean that's essentially why I live trade. You said we're in a 15-minute bearish FVG, but we're also in 5-minute bullish. Feels like you're choosing between girls. I don't know what. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking. I feel like we're just bouncing between these two gaps. So like honestly, right now, it's kind of why I'm yapping. I'm honestly not too confident in anything. Like we're literally just chopping in between two gaps. You said see do jet ski learner. I mean, I meant like see and then do. Like I watch you do something. And like I do it myself, if that makes sense. Like I see and then I do. You said, where do I watch Dodgy? Well, I mean, if you follow Dodgy on Instagram, he usually posts most of his trades on his Instagram. That's where I always go to look when I want to see what trades he took. But if you want to see him trade like live, like while he's in the process of trading, you gotta pay him. I want to say $100 a month. I actually don't know how much he charges. You said, Jeremy, watch Tim, bro. Tim's better than Dodgy. Tim the GOAT. Appreciate you, Vizit. Viz is my #1 glazer. Yeah, but I feel like another thing, though, like, to be completely honest, I mean, like, obviously, like, I know I'm going to say stay here, but the thing with Dodgy is, like, Dodgy has so many people in his Discord. Like, I'm sitting here answering, like all your questions. Good luck going into Dodgy's Discord and you're getting your answers, like your questions answered by him. I mean, he might answer a couple, but like the chat is just like, if that makes sense. Like I know the other day he had like 1,000 people watching him. I saw in his story. You said, yeah, and I said earlier I would have bought a put at the start of the chop we were in. So that would have been a bad entry. You said, I'm gonna stay, but I like people's input on the market. Honestly, and that's an amazing mindset to have too. I feel like I'm not like the most knowledgeable trader ever. It's not like I know everything. So I feel like the best profitable traders, they kind of go around and they'll look like, okay, well, what's this guy doing? What's this guy's doing? And they take like these little nuggets of information from each trader. Like, because that's honestly to a point what I did. Like, there was one trader I used to learn a lot from, and I feel like he taught me a lot of aspects about one thing about trading, but I feel like it wasn't the main thing I learned. And I feel like I eventually combined everything I learned from all these people. That makes sense. You said he had free live trading, full porting CPI. I think that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, he had like 1,000 people in there. I remember that paid Discord I used to be in. It was like PB trading. I remember toward the end, like right before they shut it down. I remember part of the reason they shut it down too, they literally said it was getting too big. I'm like, what do you mean it's getting too big? You guys are making too much money? But like, I remember toward the end though, they had like 1,200 people in there. It was crazy. Like, and I'm talking like a paid Discord. Like every single person pays to be there. 1,200 people. It was like $100 a month. Damn, there's like at this moment in time right now, there's absolutely nothing going on. You said, Tim, I'll never leave you. I could watch from far, but I'm not because you the GOAT. Appreciate that, Jeremy. You said, yeah, that does. I mean, I got a bunch of experience trading raw, grabbing cherry-picked wins off tiny moves, but I want to see bigger. I need a strat for that. I mean, yeah. Because I feel like certain strats work better at different things. Like my strategy, for example, works really good at like 1-to-1, like smaller risk to reward, like maybe 1-to-2. But honestly, like I know my strategy actually does not work that well for like once you start getting to 1-to-3, like my win rate drops significantly. But like that's for my strategy in specific, right? Like you could find a different strategy that like is more tailored to like a higher risk to reward, if that makes sense. Oh, you meant TJR. Oh, damn. You said Jeremy out here glazing. You said shoot a 1-to-1 would be amazing. I mean, honestly, I typically don't really do one-on-ones, to be completely honest. I mostly focus on like my free live streams. And like I said, you can tag me in the Discord, like ask me any questions. I mean, like if you really, really, really wanted me like to do a one-on-one, I could talk to you for like an hour, but I would have to charge you like honestly like $150. Only to be completely honest, I feel like I just don't have that much free time, if that makes sense. Oh, that makes more sense. You said no, I meant 1-to-1 reward. Honestly though, I feel like at a 1-to-1 risk to reward, one of the things I like about it is that what did I just hit? I feel like I win a lot of days. Like I know I lost yesterday, and honestly, I might finish today red, but I feel like overall though, I finished a lot of days green at 1-to-1. You said long? Honestly, at this point right now, I'd have to see confirmation for a long. You know, honestly, if I said long that exit the midpoint of the 15, that's actually not a bad idea, honestly. I feel like if I get a clear inversion, like a very clear inversion coming up, I might take it. He said, just found you yesterday, just started trading inverse. Hey, that's what's up, Dylan. So the thing is, honestly, I know we're really deep inside this 5 minute, but like this other 5 minute candle just closed. So like this is a fresh 5 minute candle. So we have like over 4.5 minutes for this thing to form. So like even though we're really deep, if let's say we just start pushing right back up, I honestly could take an inversion up. Wait, I forgot. I should mark out 10 a.m. open. The only thing is, though, I feel like the more and more we dump, I'm just looking at this 4-hour candle, and it's like, okay, we're moving really bearish, right? We've already had, like, a manipulation up at 10 a.m. So it's like, where are we going from here? If we've already manipulated up at 10 a.m., we're going to continue down, and this 4-hour candle is going to continue bearish, just like the other 4-hour candles beforehand have, right? And it's like, where are we going to? Like, these relative equal lows. So honestly, at this point in time, I don't think I want a long, honestly. And I'm honestly like, even if I wanted to take some form of short off of this 5 minute, I don't think I'm going to be able to. The risk to reward is just too cooked. If anything, honestly, instead of taking a short like that, I could maybe wait for this 5 minute to get inversed, and then we trade back up into this BPR, where like we have this inverse aligned with this other like bearish 5 minute gap, and I'll wait for like a lower time frame entry coming out of there, because then at least I can get a tighter stop loss that way. Honestly, we could be putting in a higher low, but honestly, the way I'm leaning, honestly, I think we're going to continue bearish if I had to guess. I mean, like, I could be wrong. Like, I mean, I'll wait for, like, I'll watch whatever price action wants to do from here. But, like, the main reason I want to stand bearish, that was this 4-hour, right? Like, 10 a.m. already manipulated up, and we've came right back down to 10 a.m. open. And we have relative equal lows down here. We're in bearish order flow. I don't know. I'm pretty bearish, to be honest. So my guess is bearish too because of overall trend. Yeah, I feel like we were moving bearish all morning. It's like we had a pullback, and I feel like we just resumed bearish order flow. Like, oh, and also, guys in the YouTube, if you don't mind while you're here, drop a thumbs up. It does help the stream, and I do really appreciate it. Hit that like button. You said, why not take that inverse on the 5 minute? Well, I don't think it's going to give me an entry right now. But the reason I don't like the inverse on the 5 minute is because, like, even if I put my stop loss, like, all the way at the extreme of that gap, which is the absolute tightest point I'd feel comfortable putting it, like, my risk to reward, I feel like is just cooked. Like, even if I went for a 1-to-1, I feel like I'm targeting, like, all the way down here. And I feel like low-key, we're already kind of overextended bearish-wise, if that makes sense. Like, since we had New York Open, we pushed down a far amount, I feel like. So, like, I don't really know how much further. Like, I am bearish, but I feel like I get less and less confident the further away we go. But, like, I feel like the main thing is, though, right? Like, if we open up this bearish 5-minute right here and we pull back into it, I'm honestly looking for shorts out of it. Like, technically, I would be, like, fading this bullish 5-minute gap right here. But honestly, I'm low-key expecting this gap to get inversed. Like, even if it doesn't inverse it right now, I'm expecting this gap to get inversed. So we didn't even invert that 5-minute gap, the one to the left. I don't even care about that too much. The main thing I'm looking for is I just want us to pull back into this 5-minute gap up here, this bearish one. And I want to see a clear lower time frame rejection out of that. It's the main thing I'm looking for right now. You said, do you have a pre-market stream? Nah, not really. I don't even trade pre-market. I usually just like real quick pre-market. I just figure out my bias and I usually just give it like right at the start of the stream. Because like honestly, like I almost never take trades like immediately at market open, if that makes sense. You said no technicals? I mean, like, no, I'm pretty much, I'm pretty much like a technical analysis trader. I mean, I pretty much like market, like before stream, I get my chart ready and I'll kind of, most of the time, if I'm prepared, I mark out like previous day high, previous day low, like the session highs and lows. Today I was low-key unprepared and didn't mark out data highs and data lows. I missed that one. But, for the most part, I try to mark out things. And then I kind of just like come in and I'm like, okay, guys, like, I usually like say the date and I'm like, I'm coming into the session with whatever bias. And I kind of go over why my bias is that way. But I pretty much start exactly at 9:30. You said, it's funny how each of us operates on different schedules. In Europe, it's getting dark and people are looking at the Nasdaq. While here in South America, it's lunchtime. And for Americans, it's still night. I think you mean for Americans, it's still morning. I mean, well, I live in New York and it's currently 10:30 in the morning for me. But it is funny though, like I remember when I went on vacation, it was really hitting me that I was like, wow, like I can trade the Nasdaq not in the morning. Like if you go somewhere, the time's different, you know what I mean? I wonder how I have a different thing that shows me chat. And for some reason, I saw that one chat on the other thing, but I don't see it on my YouTube. Weird. Did we just edge that 5-minute gap? Oh my god, I'm gonna throw my computer out the window. So, I mean, I really can't take shorts until we tap into that 5-minute gap. I want to say there's an SMT there. No, there's not, actually. You said, so set up in the morning for you is quick and done right after you log in. I start at 8 a.m. Ooh, we tapped in the 5-minute gap. But, yeah, honestly, I feel like I don't look at, like fundamentals, like data releases and stuff. You said long on the 1-minute inverse, break even on the 5-minute? Honestly, I'm not looking for longs right now. I'm pretty bearish personally. But I mean, if it's a trade that fits your model, I mean, I shouldn't discourage you from taking it, but you said, hi bro, just found you. Are you and Justin Weirland similar traders? Not really, honestly. Justin Weirland's an amazing trader, but I trade more similar to, I don't know if you guys if you know the guys over at PB Trading, essentially like Patrick and Blake, like PB Blake. I trade a lot more similar to him. Justin Weirland's the GOAT though. You said IFVG. Yeah, I trade like IFVGs, yeah. So is this an entry for, I mean, if you're bearish, this could be an entry for you. Like me personally, I like to wait for confirmation. So like, I do think we are going to react out of this 5-minute gap, like right here that we're inside. It might not look like it right now, but like, I'm leaning toward this gap holding. So I'm waiting for a confirmation showing we're coming back down through, like, we're coming down out of it, if that makes sense. So like, I know some people just blindly short at gaps. That's not really what I do, but I really want to see a 1-minute gap open up here, or at least a 30-second. Come on, open up a 30-second. Fuck you. I'm not getting an entry. Yeah, this thing's gonna, I have a feeling this thing's gonna dump right now. Because, like, I was hoping that we were going to open up some 30-second gap right here so I could take a close through that. And that would be my confirmation, like an inverse fair value gap. And there's also all these stacked lows down here. So, honestly, I feel like once we come down here, we might just keep running all these lows very quickly, right? The only thing is, though, so I require an inverse to take a trade. And there's literally no fair value gap in the current leg. So, like, I really can't get any confirmation currently. Although, like, I really want to take a short right now. You said, hey, in my trading view, my trade panel doesn't have TP and stop loss, so I buy at market, but it shows at limit. Well, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, this is limit. You changed the market. I thought, you see there's this button that says exits? I think you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a button that says exit. When you click exits, it adds these two things that said take profit and stop loss, and then you got to actually check them off as well. So, like, you got to check take profit and then stop loss. And then, like, you can do it with market. So, I think you probably have the exits thing either pinned, unpinned, or... But... Dude, I knew this thing was going to dump. Oh, I wish I got an inversion. You said I see? Thanks, man. Yeah, of course. Fuck, this thing's dumping. I gotta stop cursing. Ugh. Yeah, so I got no entry on that. That's annoying. Yeah, because remember, like I said before, though, remember I was talking about, I said there's these stacked lows right here, and I literally said once they start getting ran, we're just going to go through all of them. Like, that's exactly what happened. He said Tim's a good Christian boy, he's not cursing. I mean, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know why, I try to minimize the amount I curse on stream. Like, I mean, I'll curse, like, I'm human, I mean, but I feel like I try not to curse that much. You said my thought was to enter on the big dump candle only because of feel. I mean, yeah, honestly, like, it was the same thing. Like, I had the feeling, like you can, like, if you rewind, I'm pretty sure if we saw that dump candle, I literally said, like, word for word, I probably said, fuck, I'm not getting an entry. This thing's gonna dump without me. Like, I knew it was coming. Like, but the thing is, though, I just gotta follow my model blindly, if that makes sense. This I saw you felt it too. Yeah, I felt it, yeah. I feel like that's something, though, you get, like, when you stare at these charts for so long, I feel like you kind of get, like, feelings, like, oh, well, I just have a feeling it's going to dump now. It's like, you don't even know why, but it's like a subconscious programming you kind of get. That makes sense, but... My goal is to always follow my rules, though. Because the thing was, like, if a setup like that lost, I'd be really mad at myself. I'd be like, yo, why didn't you follow your rules? Like, we only trade inversions. That's where your edge is. But... You said it does make sense. I dropped the mechanical side. Honestly, I feel like a good comparison I use sometimes is like, I feel like I compare my trading plan to like training wheels. Because I feel like there are instances where I can just discretionarily be like, oh yeah, we're going to dump right now. But like, honestly, I feel like I'm not consistent enough with my discretion, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I guess, I think, I don't know if, but basically, I guess, so it's like training wheels, though. I feel like it protects me, like my model protects me from taking those shitty setups, if that makes sense. But I feel like discretion's earned. Like I feel like every trader gets to a point where they can use discretion, but I feel like it just takes a long time to get there. But you said if we sweep the low or maybe get an SMT, I'll take an IFVG. Honestly, yeah, I can see that. So yeah, we just took out that low. So I mean, there's another low. We're probably gonna hit this one as well, I bet, right? It's like a couple points lower. You said, did you end up finding anything else? Not so far. I was... If I got an entry, I was like literally like begging for an entry up here. But I never got any entry up here. I would have taken a short somewhere up here if I could have. You said earlier when you said you were surprised the first attempt didn't take that low, you thought it would come back again. Just gonna bounce up. Yeah, honestly though, like that's the thing. I feel like that's like why equal like I always say relative equal lows are a strong draw. I feel like sometimes like we put in these relative equal lows and we trade away from it, and sometimes traders think, okay, this is the reaction, right? Like we changed market structure, we broke above this high, we're moving bullish, but it's like no, like we left relative equal lows on the higher time frame, like we're moving higher time frame bearish. Like I feel like when you keep that in mind, sometimes it's easier to like kind of frame a trade. He said, holy dump. Yeah, we're dumping so hard. And, you know, honestly, like, you know, fundamental analysis wise, I feel like a dump like this is showing me that, like, honestly, like, I feel like if we're going to dump like this, we're probably going lower down. I mean, like, honestly, at this point, I'm not really seeing any really clear area we could react off of. He said, hi. What's up? What? Rob Saw? Robesaw? What's up? You said whoever got a short lucky? Yeah. Dude, oh my god, like did I have to was I supposed to go down to the 15-second time frame to find this short? You know, maybe I should have taken this 15-second IFVG. I mean, I'm joking, but imagine if oh, you know, I gotta stop. You said, yeah, he said hi. You know, I gotta stop calling everyone he, though. I feel like I just keep, like, calling people he. And I feel like I haven't had a problem too much on YouTube, but I was live on TikTok, like, the other night. And, like, this one girl was like, why do you keep calling me a he? I'm not a he. I was like, my bad. He said, I'm a small YouTuber. Hey, that's what's up. What do you make videos about? You could have taken the 0.2 IFVG. You know, guys, I think I should have taken this 1 second IFVG. Yeah, you see, we put in this death candle on the 1 second chart, and we inverse this 1 second fair value gap over here. In case you guys don't know, I'm joking around. Please do not look at the 1 second chart. You said gaming? That's cool. What type of games do you play? You said there's actually a 1 second IFVG. Yeah, there actually was. You know, I feel like it started lining up so perfectly. I was like, wait, I need to clarify I'm joking. Like, I don't want someone in chat to start pumping the 1 second time frame. Be like, Tim told me to. You said my thinker swim? I don't even know if thinkorswim lets you pull up the 1 second. Is it Dead Island, Roblox, and Fortnite? That's cool. How long you been doing that for? You should actually might hop with a 1 second time frame. I know you're joking, but 1 second time frame. I wonder if, like, you know, Top Step gives us, they give us access to the lower time frame charts for free, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, they give us like the like, you know, like for example, like Project X, Top Step, right? Like, I can go to the 1 second chart here for free. I wonder if they do that. They're like, you know what? We're gonna pay for a professional trading view, so these guys can get access to the 1 second chart and just blow their accounts. He said 2 years, but I do more shorts. I feel like shorts I'm popping. He said I think thinkorswim only loads every 3 seconds. It would kind of make sense for the program to operate like efficiently, if that makes sense. He said if you go to the psych ward, it's full of 1 second traders. You said tap back onto the new 15-minute gap. Look for, honestly, yeah, I was thinking that. We're gonna have to wait until 11, and hopefully 11 a.m. can manipulate up. But the thing is, I feel like if we keep dumping so far, like 11 a.m. might have to manipulate pretty far up to actually hit this 15-minute gap. Like we're actually 100 points away from this 15-minute gap that's gonna open up. If anything, honestly, maybe not the 15-minute gap. For me to take a continuation short, I might have to look for like a 5-minute gap, honestly. You said, how are we based on the expected move? I mean, honestly, like at this point in time, I'd say we're bearish and we're currently trending toward, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like a volume imbalance is. It's a 4-hour volume imbalance. Yeah, so it's like there's a gap where neither of these candle bodies touch, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like a fair value gap, except with candle bodies. That makes sense. It's kind of. But honestly, I think we're gonna trade back into that volume imbalance. But honestly though, like, so I'm waiting. I'm hoping that we can open up this 5-minute gap. Because, I mean, there is that 15-minute gap I was talking about above. But honestly, I don't think we're going to pull back that far. So, I'm waiting for a pullback into this 5-minute gap up here. And then I'll look for a lower time frame confirmation out of there. So, where do you live? I live in New York. It's kind of cool. I get to trade New York session from New York. Said nice. I live in, it's in Europe. That's cool. So I guess what time is it for you now? Is it like what? Market opens at 2:30. So what is it, like almost 4 o'clock for you now? I guess. All right. Well, there's different time zones in Europe though. I can't assume it's all the same time zone. So this 5-minute gap is going to open up right now. Honestly, I want to see a push up into that 5-minute gap. From there, I want to see an inverse coming out of it. It's almost 5 p.m. I always wonder how it would be different for me if I was trading like at like 5 p.m. because like I'm so used to trading in the morning. In 6 minutes until 5. Oh, can we give me an inversion? Oh wait, there's a 1 minute. That 1 minute's so ass though. That is true. I am on New York time. I can confirm. So what do you mean when you say inversion? Like an inverse fair value gap? Like essentially like if you look at like a fair value gap, like the way people usually trade them is they say like, oh, this fair value gap right here should get respected. But like I pretty much wait for like a close through a fair value gap. So like when a candle body closes through it, we've essentially disrespected it. He said, I'm sorry, I'm new to your channel. Nah, you're good. I mean, if you want to get caught up to speed, I do have a video on my YouTube explaining my strategy for like from A to Z. I uploaded about like a week ago, somewhere on there. So what's it called? I'll look at the exact title. Yeah, it's my strategy explained from A to Z, and it says in parentheses like how I trade every single day. So go to my YouTube and look at that video, and it pretty much explains my strategy really well. You said I just subscribed. Hey, appreciate that. You said I'm in Toronto. I don't know why I said that randomly. I mean, you're good. We were talking about where we're from. You said it's a good video. Be sure to like it. Appreciate that. But you said any payouts this year? Yeah, so I've actually gotten 3 payouts this year. Wait, my webcam's gonna freeze for 1 second. Here, I'll show my payouts for this year real quick. I'm just logging into my Top Step real quick. So far this year, I've requested it's 3 payouts for $1,000 each. And they all got approved, right? He says funds sent. For some reason, I don't know why, they sent 2 of them on January 9th, and they sent the third one on January 12th. But, dumping. He said bro can predict when his webcam can freeze. I mean, the thing is though, like I know when my webcam does freeze. I don't know why. Well, I know why. There's a whole long story behind this. I mean, essentially, like I use something called display link for my monitors. Like I have a docking station for my MacBook, and I guess display link has like limitations, like it has bandwidth limitations, and I'm running like a 27-inch, no, I'm sorry, a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor that's like 2K, like resolution, so it's like 3560 by 1440, I want to say. And then I have 2 monitors that are 27 inches and are 2K, so they're like 2560 by 1440. So I feel like between the I have 3 monitors hooked up to my display link. I have my internet going through my display link. I have power going through my display link. I have my microphone going through my display link. So it's just mad stuff, and it kind of overloads. So sometimes I have to like restart it, if that makes sense. And it like freezes everything. You said anybody on the West Coast, it's a grind waking up at 5:30. Honestly, I respect West Coast traders for that. You said he's still hunting. Yeah, you said looking for any entries. Nah, I'm still looking for trades. I'm gonna give up in like 10 minutes if I can't find anything, but you said no trades today? I mean, I took one trade so far. I actually lost. You said, do you have any advice for up-and-coming traders? Honestly, so one, like, absorb as much free information as you can. Like, honestly, like, you don't necessarily need to pay anyone. I feel like social media has, like, glamorized, like, buying courses and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, all the information you need is given out for free on the internet. So you don't necessarily need to pay someone. From there, you want to like find a strategy you like and just test different strategies. Like at first, it's low-key okay to like strategy hop, but essentially you want to like what I call like lock in with one strategy and become like a master of that strategy. From there, do something called like backtesting, paper trading, like essentially trade fake money and give yourself like what I call proof of concept that your strategy actually works. Because you don't want to like risk your own hard-earned money on a strategy like you don't 100% know actually works, right? So once you've actually given yourself what I call proof of concept, only from there you can actually move on to trading like actual money. But you want to start small though. Like I always recommend people to start with like prop firm accounts because I feel like they kind of like limit your entry exposure. You said, will you take the 1 minute IFVG? Dude, okay, what is... We didn't... Are you kidding me? We didn't take this high. And then ES made equal highs. This price actions make me want to throw my computer out the window. You know, if ES came a tick higher and didn't make equal highs, I'd be looking for a short right now, honestly. But only because there's no SMT at this high. I really can't take a short. But Max says, hey, Tim. What's up, Max? Or Maxi. Maxi Trades Pro. How are you? You said you trade full-time? Nah, I only trade part-time. I work a part-time job currently. I only work like 22 hours a week, though. You said, do you have any advice on not blowing evals? I mean, honestly, just stay small. I feel like if you're blowing evals a lot, if you lower your position size, it'll give you more time. And also, just focus on having a strategy, you know, works over time. You says bulls are failing to pick up the ball today. Too much compression. Yeah, honestly, I'm not bullish whatsoever. I still think I just want to see us. I want to see us move a little higher and take out this high, and then I'm gonna look for shorts. I just want to see a little higher. Okay. I really, really, really want to see this 30-second gap open up. I really want to see that gap open up. Oh, I think someone asked how many trades. I've taken one trade so far today, and I've lost it. Come on, open up this gap. Dude, this stop loss is like 5 meters. I don't know what type of measurement. This stop loss is like how many points? What? A 12-point stop? Dude, what's going on right now? Can we open up a 1 minute gap? Oh, there's no 1 minute gap. Dude, price action is low-key not ideal. So the thing I'm waiting for right now is, let's say if we start dumping at any point and give me a confirmation, I'm looking for a short with confirmation. But this price action is kind of doo-doo right now. You said, see, I told you we traders complain about price action every day. You know, give me a couple weeks and I'll have a day where I don't complain about price action. I really want, at this point, honestly, I want to see a 1 minute gap open up. Because I feel like the 30-second is just not looking ideal. So best case scenario, I really want to see this 1 minute gap open up, and I want to see us invert it. I'd feel really comfortable taking a short off this 1 minute inverse if we can get it, honestly. And there's even relative equal lows down here. Come on, please open up this 1 minute gap. Please open up this 1 minute gap. Don't dump, Nasdaq. Wait 30 seconds to dump. Dude, wait 30 seconds to dump. Just wait, give me 5. Dude. Hate you, Nasdaq. You said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for the help. Yeah, of course. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh my God, there's actually a tiny 1 minute gap. How big is this gap? Dude, only because I'm confident in the draw, I actually got my gap. I literally might take this. Dude, this gap is so fucking tiny, but I think I'm going to take this. So, I mean, obviously, I got to wait for a candle closure. Like, I'm not just blindly entering. My break-even point is going to be these relative equal lows down here. So I gotta wait 30 seconds. If this candle closes through this gap, I'm gonna take this. I gotta calculate what, 32 points of stop, right? So that's 6 contracts. Come on, just hang out where you are, Nasdaq. So if we get a close right where we are right now, I'm gonna take this short. Okay, so I'm in there. Cool, I actually calculated my position size correctly. So, I'll show my executions in 1 second. I'm just getting ready. So this is me being in this trade. So if I win this trade, I'm essentially break even on the day. If I lose, I'm down kind of bad on the day. Honestly, I want to see NQ dump more because I'm going to consider going break even when ES takes where my break even point is. Like, I know NQ is not too close to it, but ES is closer to it. So I really want to see us flush down. So ES made equal lows with my break-even point. To be completely honest, I'm going to use discretion, and I'm just going to wait to go break-even at these relative equal lows down here, because I feel like we're moving in extremely bearish order flow. So, like, I don't think I want to go break-even just yet. And it's not even like ES took the low. They're just equal lows. But we'll see. So let's see if I just avoided a break-even stop rate or I made the right decision. Or I'm going to get cooked. You know what I mean. Let's see if I made the right decision. Because honestly, I feel like I could be out at break-even here. But, I don't know. There's even equal lows. Yeah. I don't think we never tapped into the 15-minute, but is whatever. We're delivering from the 5-minute. I feel like price is like moving really weird right now. I feel like it's like teleporting around. Maybe it could just be in my head. Maybe it's because I'm analyzing a lot harder because I'm in a position. Ooh. Why is it coming back up? Said all good, thanks. We'll drop you a message on Discord. Tim, want to chat with you about something? IFVG trader, my Discord. I'll drop you a message later. That's what's up. Drop me a message wherever. So to be completely honest, should I be going break even now? I should be going break even now, to be completely honest. Yeah, I'm stopped at break even. So the main reason I went break even there is just because ES actually swept out that low. And honestly, I just don't want to see this SMT hold. Like, don't get me wrong. This thing could hit my take profit. But like, see this move right here? Like, I feel like I kind of knew we might spike back up. And I just don't want to take a risk of it coming back up. Like, honestly, this trade might work out. Like, honestly, I'm accepting that. This trade might work out. But I just don't like how ES took my break-even point and just spiked right back up. Yeah. I guess I'll be nosy and watch this for a second, but yeah, like, I don't even like that close right there. Like, and the thing is too, like, honestly, I feel like we're just so overextended too. It's whatever. I'll just take the loss on the day. Said, okay, dope. Now I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow, bro. Appreciate you stopping by. So I'll pretty much do the recap because honestly, like, it's up past 11:10. I'm honestly not willing to take any more trades for the day. So I'll do my recap of everything that happened. So starting at, what was it? Starting at, wow, this daily candle is dumping. But so coming into this session, right, I did say I had a bearish bias, right? So why did I say that I had a bearish bias, right? So I feel like we kind of failed to just break above these highs. Like, I feel like there's these relative equal highs, and like we're just printing all these failure swings up here. We're just not breaking highs, right? So on the 4 hour, I feel like the main thing I saw coming into the session was that we closed through this 4 hour gap right here, right? So since we closed through that 4 hour gap, that makes me very bearish, like higher time frame. So on top of that, on the 1 hour, we actually even traded into this 1 hour fair value gap right here and just clearly reacted out of it, right? So we're in bearish order flow, and we had all of these like stacked lows, like higher time frame. So I was expecting those to get ran. I kept like marking them out, and we like today's session, we did run like almost all these lows, right? Ran like this low, ran this low. So I was looking, originally, I was looking for a short, right, to these lows. So I was essentially waiting for a pullback into like a 5 or a 15-minute gap. We pretty much just like dumped at open. We took out a bunch of those lows. We really didn't give me too much of an entry. I did take one trade, which was what, on the 32nd? I'm just looking on my other monitor to find my entry. The 14th of January. Why am I so confused by this? Did I take a 1 minute inversion? Oh, it was a 1 minute inversion. That's why I'm so confused. So it was a 1 minute inversion at 10:07. Oh yeah, this is what I lost on. So this is the trade I lost on, right? So essentially why I took this trade, right? So what's this? Yeah, 10, yeah, this one. Go for 1-1. So why I took that one, there was another higher time frame low that we came really close to hitting. So what was it? This one I want to say. So yeah, you can see we came really close to this low over here, but we never actually swept it. So we put in relative equal lows. I feel like relative equal lows are a very strong draw, right? From there, on the 5-minute chart, we pulled back into this 5-minute gap, right? So since I always base all my trades out of 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps, right? So essentially, we're respecting a higher time frame bearish gap. We're giving me a 1-minute inversion coming out of this gap, and it's also the highest time frame gap in this current leg, right? Because you can see, like, when I go to the 2-minute, right, there's no gap. When I go to 3-minute, no gap. 4-minute, no gap. 5-minute, no gap. So now we've inverted the highest time frame fair value gap in this current price leg. We're delivering from this bearish 5-minute, and we're delivering toward relative equal lows in the higher time frame. So honestly, like, this is a setup that I would like taking. Like, if similar conditions were present, like, I would take a trade like this again, honestly. Like, I think it's a decent trade, right? So there's even like a little bit of stacked lows, I feel like, so those get ran. But the thing was, I took that entry, I almost immediately got stopped out. So I mean, it's whatever, right? So then we kind of traded back up. I still was saying, honestly, I'm not too confident that we're gonna leave behind relative equal lows. I feel like we just tend not to leave behind relative equal lows, right? So it took a while. Like, we traded back up, right? I want to say we tapped into a 15-minute. Yeah, so we traded back up. We tapped into this 15-minute gap up here. And honestly, I couldn't find any trade like coming out of there, to be honest. Because the thing was, like, there's this 5-minute gap right here. So from there, we were kind of stuck between, like, we're delivering from this bearish 15-minute gap up here, but we also have this bullish 5-minute gap. I feel like we just kind of were choppy. And I really couldn't take any continuation shorts because this gap just messes up my risk reward, if that makes sense. But I honestly was looking to take a short once we like inside that 5-minute gap, we actually opened up this bearish 5-minute gap like right here, right? So I saw us trade into that gap right there, right? So from there, I was looking to take a short, right? Because we're delivering from a bearish 15-minute gap, we're delivering from a bearish 5-minute gap, and we have relative equal lows below, right? So I should mark out this 5-minute so I don't get confused. Yeah, so this is the 5-minute, right? So we traded into this 5-minute. Honestly, like, I literally was almost getting antsy. Like, I really wanted some inverse up here. Like, because I knew this is an area we really could reject from. It's just I need an inverse fair value gap. Like, my model, the way it works, like, I rely on inverses. And, like, while, like, yes, there are days like this where I could use my own discretion and hit, like, a really good trade, I feel like I'm not confident enough in my discretion to just take trades solely based off of discretion, right? So I essentially require like an inverse. It's like what I call like my training wheels for my trading, kind of almost, right? So we never got an inverse. Like in this whole price leg right here, there's literally no gap on any time frame. There's only a 15-second gap, and I'm not trading the 15-second chart, right? As well as, like I mentioned before, there's all this low resistance liquidity that need to get ran, right? So like honestly, I was really confident in these shorts. I just never got an entry. So at this point, like, I've taken one loss on the day, right? I took one more trade. So we ended up coming down. We took out the relative equal lows I wanted to see get hit originally. Like, the first trade I took, I was targeting those relative equal lows. It's just we wanted to pull back further before we hit it. But the last trade that I took was a 1-minute inversion, right? So where is this tiny ass 1-minute gap? Oh, the 1-minute gap's up here. So there was this 1-minute gap up here. So we opened up a 1-minute gap. That was the highest time frame gap in the current leg. We traded into this 5-minute up here, this bearish 5-minute. And the thing is, like, yes, there is this bearish 15-minute above. But the thing is, I feel like that bearish 15-minute was just too far away for me to pay attention to. Like, normally, I do prefer retracements into 15-minute gaps. But I feel like in this case in specific, like, it's just too far away, right? So we got that pullback into that 5-minute. We inverted the 1-minute, which is the highest time frame in the current leg. We gave me, honestly, a pretty strong candle close. But the thing was, like, honestly, so I took this, right? I was just going to go for a 1-to-1 to just end the day like break even essentially. But the thing was, like, honestly, like, I wanted to go break even at these relative equal lows down here. And when I looked at ES, like, ES took the same point, which is going to be my break even point. And then I just moved stops to break even there. I was considering waiting until NQ took these equal lows down here. But honestly, I got to follow my plan. Like, if ES took that low, I got to be break even. And it looks like I made the right decision, right? Like, I probably saved myself from taking a second loss by going break even there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like today wasn't the cleanest day. Honestly, I mean, I feel like I say that a lot. I guess at least the excuse I'll use for today, though, was that, there was that meeting in the morning where, like, they were talking about tariffs, and I feel like that might have thrown off the market. But honestly, like, if we open up an inversion when we pulled into this 5 minute up here, that would have been a clean trade, honestly. We just never gave me an entry. That was, like, the main thing I would have liked to see today, honestly. But you said, do you ever consider order blocks in your trading? I mean, sometimes. I feel like they hold, like, not much weight, if that makes sense. But I definitely consider order blocks. You said no trades today, all good, though. Honestly, not bad. W discipline. I mean, good decision sitting out from today, honestly. I feel like, honestly, like, none of these trades were, like, A+++, where it's like I'm looking at them and thinking, like, this setup's, like, perfect. Like, I feel like there were setups that were good enough to take. Like, honestly, the other setup I took, I lost on. I feel like it was a decent setup, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. That's pretty much all I've got to say. But also, I mean, in case you guys aren't in that free Discord already, I do have my free Discord. It's like linked in my profile, so you guys are welcome to join that. Tag me anytime, ask me any questions. And also, if you guys are looking for a prop firm to trade with, my favorite prop firm is Alpha Futures. My discount code is TimB272. That'll get you 10% off all valuations, or if they have some better discount going on, it'll get you that as well. But honestly, I highly recommend Alpha Futures. I feel like they're a really well-run company. You said tapped into the 15-minute. I mean, yeah, we tapped into a 15-minute, but honestly, at this point, in my opinion, it's getting too late in the session for me to really be taking trades, honestly. Yeah, but I guess I'm probably going to wrap it up here. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys stopping by, asking some questions, hanging out with me while I'm trading. And I will be live again for the rest of the week at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I mean, I'm always live, like, every single week, Monday to Friday, New York a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I do appreciate all you guys stopping by. I hope you guys had an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.